Hey guys, what is going on? WinslettXIII here, and we are finally back playing a new video game. It's been forever since I've uploaded to this account. You have no idea how much. I mean, technically it hasn't been forever since I've uploaded to this account, because I have been re-uploading a lot of my stuff. But at the same time, all that old stuff you've seen already, you want some new content. So, what better way to add some new content than to do something that I've wanted to do actually for quite a long time. I actually wanted to play Monster Hunter Tri for the Wii a long time ago as one of my Let's Plays here on WinslettXIII, but I never really, you know, did it. Because, I don't know, I'm sort of still in that mixed idea of if this is boring or not. Because it is something that, you know, every unique experience that happened in this game is interesting in and of itself. And, like, the intro aside makes everything, like, super cool and whatnot. But, at the same time, we could be like, well, it's kind of boring because, you know, there's a lot of grinding and there's a lot of, you know, doing this and that. But I've decided to sort of mainstream this Let's Play as best as I can. And make it sort of like, you know, just the quests, and you don't see me do all the mundane grinding and all that. And I just try to beat this game by myself, with Cha-Cha, the hero of this game, by my side. And a couple of new faces along the way. I've played quite an extensive bit of this already. But I have to say that playing through it just pure single player without any extra help from the online component is going to be quite a challenge, and actually quite fun, I think. So we shall see. We shall see in the forthcoming, and I'll always leave a comment in the section below to tell me what you guys think of this Let's Play, because I need it. I need the feedback, because I have absolutely no idea if this is going to be boring or not, because I stated it on Twitter. I was like, is this going to be boring if I do this? Probably the first couple of parts will be, because I'm doing a bunch of mundane collection fetch quests. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little over a cold. However, it is about time that we get started. So, the first things first, we're going to select new game here. Now, I've been sort of debating on which character, like, or what character to actually make. Should I make Winslet, or should I make a female character, which I'm kind of used to. I like playing as female characters, mostly because if I'm going to be staring at them for, you know, 50 plus hours, I think it's better in my mentality and my sake and sanity that I can look at that ass. Because that's what I'm going to be looking at, is lots of that ass. And that's pretty much it. I know it's a very shallow way of why you select female characters, but at the same time, I'm actually always gung-ho about, like, real action protagonists that are female, you know, like strong individuals, not the sort of damsels in the distress or that type of stuff, like people like Samus and even Yuna and all that to an extent, you know, like these characters that are, you know, female and in charge. They're pretty freaking awesome and sexy and everything in between. All right, yes, I know my name can be visual on that. So, all right, I'm gonna actually bite the bullet. I'm actually gonna pick and make a girl character. And I think I know what I'm gonna name her. Whoops. There we go. Let's just double check that I spelled that right. Eater. Yeah. I will get to this game, by the way. If you don't actually know what this is from, then I don't know why you're not on my channel. Or why you're not on, why are you on my channel? But I just wanted to make sure that I spelt that correctly. Clothing type. This doesn't really, they don't give you very many options here. Next page. Alright, now that just takes me to color. Undie pants. Yeah, let's do undie pants. We're gonna select purple for obvious reasons. Next page, face. Alright, can I zoom in on that? What? Alright, actually that kind of definitely looks like her. No. No. That kind of looks like her too. Lips are too big though. No. I think that looks like her too. It's either 7 or 1. Actually, just because of the anime eyes, I'm probably going to pick 1. Though her eyes are actually blue, but I don't think I can actually do that. Feature is lips. I could probably pick like a red or something that sort of makes them more predominant. Maybe a lighter red? Maybe I can make it look a little less... that doesn't really help now, does it? You know what, let's turn that off. And eyes, just sort of put weird thingamabobs around it. Yeah, it's just sort of like eyeshadow. You know what? We're not gonna bother with that. That is the hair color's fine. Skin tone is, well, fine. That's white. That's pure white right there. Yeah. Actually, you know, about there. Yeah, just a little bit darker skinned. Now, voice is gonna be fucking hard. I'm gonna need to get really, really close. No, too cutesy. Too manly. Too hoo-yah. Alright, 13 sounds good. I need something a little higher, maybe. Yeah, I kind of actually like the gravelly voice because she sort of has that in the video game. So I'm gonna go with 11. 11 sounds good. Hairstyle. Now, do you have a ponytail? Like a proper ponytail. Okay, those are pigtails. It's kind of a ponytail. It looks kind of like it. No. That's probably the biggest ponytail you can get. That's nice. The hair doesn't look right though. It's just sort of regular. What was that? I think it was 5, was it? Yeah, 5 looks like it's probably our best bet. Yeah, I'm just double checking. If you guys don't know who I'm making yet, I'm really sad. I will let's play that eventually. Trust me, it's one of my favorite RPGs of all time. So, you know, for lack of a better word, like the only thing is that she doesn't have that extra little strand of hair. But I think that's definitely the one we're gonna pick. And that's pretty much good. So, now that I've wasted all your time, sure, we'll go with standard. Standard sounds good. Alright, and we're gonna save you on the bottom because leaving no data in the middle sounds awesome. Alrighty. Where did I put my Coke? Well, there it is. Okay. But I hope you like her, because that's what she's gonna be. Actually, I should stop calling her she. Her name is Virginia, and she's awesome. What can I say? Alright, let me see. Let's give her a backstory while we watch the opening cutscene. Virginia has always dreamed of living the life of a drifter. As a kid, she was in love with the idea of roaming the open plains and experiencing action and danger every step of the way. As her passion to be a hunter grew, she decided to leave her comfortable life to live out her dream. Yes! It almost fits! It's perfect. And assless chaps, by the way. Just gonna point that, yeah, full frontal assless chaps. That was technically a backle. That's not even a word. We have something that's frontal, so we must have something for the back, right? Like rear, I guess? But that would be front. The front and the rear. So there's a full frontal. It's like I guess a frontal is actually a different word. It's actually technically, you know, sort of like full frontal assault is like all there. It's like there in your face. Just all up in that. Right? But yeah. That was a weird discussion. nevertheless, pretty much what's excuse me, I should really cut those out. What's happening here is this is just sort of like a small island out in the middle of wherever Monster Hunter takes place, and they've hired you, or me, or Virginia in this case, to take care of the monster threat. And that's just exactly what we're gonna do. Sorry about that. Alrighty, so they've actually already decked us out here in leather armor, so we're all pretty much set to go. We're not completely butt naked like they did. They made you in Try, which is good because that really sucked, never having any armor or weapons proper. But anyway, let's go. Morning, Hunter. You sleep well? If it's any comfort to me, Moga Village haven't seen two quakes the same day yet. Knock on wood. But let's back up. Welcome, welcome. I'm the chief of this here little community. Nature provides Moga Village with everything we need. The woods and the sea are our castle, and it's a good one. As folks like to say, living here long enough builds sinew and character. But it's not all rainbows and sunshine. No, we've got our share of it sucks reading in fucking accents. I should probably stop doing it. The share of turbulence, and you can take that literally. You ever heard of the Legiacris? It's a foul, pernicious sea monster that just decided to move into the neighborhood. With a tyrant like that thrashing about our hunting fleets, be lucky to escape alive, yet along bringing back a good haul. At least we won't starve to death. All these blasted earthquakes will sink us first. See, that's our other problem. You felt those tremors? Who knows what's causing them, why they started, but the sea is riled up, that I guarantee. Anyway, well, we're in over our heads. That's where you come in, kid. The way I see it, Moga Village needs a hunter. Yes, the Legiacris is mighty, too powerful for any human to tangle with. The way the village talks, bah! Strong is one thing, but invincible is something else. Legiacris may be big, but it still has to eat and rest. And one day, just like the rest of us, it'll have to die. Ha! If I was 30 years younger, I'd go clean its clock myself. But I'm only mortal too, so I'll leave the joy of taming the sea's deadliest foe to the younger generation. You. Speaking of youngins, did you see my son? Did you and my son get to talk? Suppose not. The quake yesterday hit a four you had the chance. I think that's supposed to be before, not a four, but whatever. I don't see Junior around. Well, he couldn't have gotten far. Take a hike around the village. You'll find him. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's our initial payment, Hunter. It's not much, but it's enough to get you started. Alright, you're actually supposed to use that money to actually buy armor, but in this case, we actually don't need to do it, which is pretty awesome. So let's see. I'm probably gonna do, unless you guys really want me to, is skip a lot of this dialogue. I can pretty much sum up what the dialogue is talking about fairly fairly easy. So yeah, it's talking. He talks about there's a feline over here that can take you to the sort of online port of the game, but we don't really need to talk to him. I'm just going to talk to him so I don't have that stupid little bumpy thing on my WiiU mote. But yeah, I might as well use this time to update a little bit. I have been off in faraway places, and by that I mean I've moved out of the house that I am living in, or the house I was living in currently when I was doing my old Let's Plays, and I'm living with my girlfriend now. We have a nice little quaint apartment here, and life has been kind of hard, but at the same time, you know, there's nothing to quite bad. I'm pretty busy, so finding time to actually record and do the things that I love is pretty hard. It's a hard balance, but nevertheless, I do it to do it. No, I don't want to go and actually do any of that, but I'm just sort of skipping through them. So this is the guild's sweetheart. She's pretty much the girl that's going to be giving us quests. Her dialogue is actually quite funny. Like I said, if you really want me to read the dialogue, I will. It will probably get me back in the spirit of reading, which means I can get back to Katawa Shoujo, which everybody is seriously wanting me to get back into. I don't know how many inbox messages I've gotten of either where it is or what to do or if I'm going to do it again, and don't worry. It'll happen, I promise. Alright, this is the Wyvern's artisan. He is actually our blacksmith, and he's going to be the one that I'm going to be constructing a lot of my my armor from. Let's see, who else do I need to talk to? I need to talk to my butler, or my feline cat butler, because that's cool. And he just pretty much tells me that I can put furniture down if I so choose. And about downloadable content, which I don't really need to worry about. But just because I feel like it, I'm going to put a nice lamp here to make myself feel special. And we're going to keep going. I want to get all this stuff out of the first part, and then get into the meat and the brains and stoof. It's kind of weird. My remote says that there's a person to talk to here. Ah, there she is. Alright, so this is the fishing lady. She allows you to send fishing boats out when we actually unlock it to collect fish and other things. Fish are actually really, really useful if you're going to be running gun lances, which is a weapon type in this game, for all the people that don't know what this game entails and what this does. But nevertheless, we'll get to that when we get to that. And this is the head farmer. This is probably the most crucial person here, apart from the blacksmith in the game. This is your way of making money and making the tools you'll need to actually be a really, really good hunter. But most of you guys that are watching this now probably already know this, so I don't really need to go into too much depth. But if no one actually knows what Monster Hunter's like, then this is actually a really good way of introducing them to it. And at the same time, I kind of actually say that maybe from the little bit of boring that this Let's Play may be, I can do a lot of good updating, and I can actually talk about things that, you know, are relevant to me, and not particularly to the video game itself. But, nevertheless, our last little bit of talking actually comes from talking to this little lad over here, and he should give us, I believe, whetstones, I think. And he's just talking about the armory and, you know, make sure your blades are always sharp. Yeah, he gave me some whetstones. So I am all set to go, I think. Yeah, rah, giant werewolf. Yeah, okay, apparently she's being dumb. Actually, this entire village is actually full of really, really weird people. I guess they sort of expect you not to really pay attention to the dialogue after a while. Though there's some really, really funny stuff in here. But she's pretty much the armor seller. She's good if you're just not willing to create a lot of of the basic weapons. I don't know if we're actually probably gonna be able to look at it here, but yeah. So if I wanted to buy a weapon like a greatsword, for example, I can buy the perfect set and everything like that, or the already constructed, without having to go through and finding the materials, which is good in some aspects, but I kind of see it as a waste of money because most of this game, if it's not killing monsters, it's farming for objects that you actually need. Now, I'm just going to manage for equipment. This is one thing that's different from Try, that is different in pretty much almost every Monster Hunter thing, is you actually are able, or given, all the basic iron weapons to start out with. I'm not particularly proficient with every single one of them. I mostly use sword and shield and hammer. Those are my main go-to. And I also like using the lances. I'm not very good with the gun lance because most of my Monster Hunter experience is Try, and not the portable games. So I'm sort of on the fence about using other weapons, and I just don't really like some of the other ones, even though they're definitely a lot easier. Not easier per se, but better to use than the sword and shield and the hammer. But the hammer has always been all around really, really good. But now, we're finally going to get out into the wilderness. Hey, kid, can you hear me? You know, you really ought to meet my son, Junior. We should be at the camp. My ancestors have a saying, whenever you go out, there you are. All right, here we go. You know what, yes, I know about the map. I've already got a perfect map signaled for me, and I'm pretty much set. So I'm just going to keep, I'm just going to barrel through as best as I can. Just sort of take in the landscapes. And this is one thing that the WiiU version really has really like upped, in my opinion, is they really gave like these big landscapes that were actually a part. Let me teach you how to hunt with you. Yeah, okay. You see them panels? Touch them to access all kinds of functions. Yes. Don't you worry. I know how to use that stuff. No, I don't. Enough. Okay. But like I was saying, it really helped the sort of processing power. Like in the WiiU, or in the Wii anyway, this was really cool, but it was sort of fogged over, and they really gave more of a proper look to a lot of the places, even though some of the things have not translated quite well. That's only just because this game also was released and mostly developed for the 3DS. So I can't sort of say, oh, well, this was dumb because it's not perfectly in HD and stuff like that. Just because it is what it is. It's pretty much a handheld game that was given sort of the HD treatment just to sort of, you know, boost the online function. And that's one thing that this game has that the 3DS doesn't. It doesn't have proper online play on the 3DS. You can play together, but you can't play... like you can play with someone in the room with you, but you can't play online, which is really sad. It makes everybody cry. But I'm just sort of going this way just so we can grab a couple of extra commodities on this quest. Like I said, I really want to keep this type of stuff to a minimum in the Let's Play, so you guys don't need to see, unless there's something that I need to show you along the lines of, oh, this is where I got this thing to make this weapon. And even then, I'll probably not do that. But this is pretty much, like I said, half of what this game is about. It's about going around and collecting resources. And whoops, not rolling. I only duck because it makes it fast and easier to actually do. And this gear that I'm wearing right now actually aids in doing this. It helps carving and all that extra stuff. So it's definitely worth having this piece of armor. And you'll be able to gem some stuff in later, but I'll get into the more nitty-gritties about that stuff a little bit later. But for now, we gotta collect some honey. And I know it's kind of boring, but I'll just do it while I talk. Because I know you guys like listening to me talk. And pretty much, if all goes as planned, that's pretty much what this will be, is just a little bit of time for Winslet to reconnect with his audience and also give you updates about his life and how he's doing and how his Let's Plays are going. So my main focus right now is actually pretty much playing this game and also finishing Chrono Trigger. This is something that I've had sort of on hand for quite a long time, and I've never actually finished. You know, like it was one of my very first Let's Plays. Yes, I know how to carve. It was one of my very first Let's Plays, and I really didn't do very much about it. You know, I should have really, I really should have finished it because it was my very first RPG, really, too. To actually, you know, sit down and play. And I love Chrono Trigger. It's one of my favorite games. So that's high on my priority list of finishing first. So once I've uploaded up to, I think it's part 29 of Let's Play Chrono Trigger, I'm actually going to be recording again, because all my saves are still there. And I can start exactly where I left off fighting, I believe it was Magus. And I'm going to just do it to completion. And once that's finished and ready to go, I will move on to a new Let's Play entirely. Probably move back to Kadowa Shoujo and finish up that after the uploads start. I'll probably start doing that once I'm uploading new content for, what should I call it? And these are just giving me blue mushrooms that I'm already maxed out on because I was a doofus and didn't drop them off in my my case before I left. But nevertheless, that's where I'm standing at right now when it comes to my Let's Plays. It looks like the Apinoths are, making their way. I really shouldn't be killing them right now because I should be doing some free hunting first, but that's okay. I should be doing it during free hunting and not doing it right now. But we're gonna go talk to Junior before this part's over. Probably gonna be a fairly long part, just so I can get your palates wet about what this game is about. Excuse me. Though I probably shouldn't be doing this with my voice being all sort of horsey and stuff. But I just couldn't help myself. I really wanted to play this game and get back into my Let's Playing and just sort of do something that's easy for a change. But nevertheless, it's not. This game, trust me, is going to get a lot harder. It's just for right now, I can be nice and relaxed. We're going to sneak up on this guy and we're going to talk to him. Hey yo, Hunter, glad you dropped by. The old man sent you here for a tour of the Moga Woods. Sorry we couldn't talk more yesterday. Well, more natural disasters make for the chit-chat. Anyway, you probably know who by now, but I'm I'm the chief's son. What am I doing here, you might ask? Standing amongst the rubble? Good question. Well, see, this is your base camp. Well, was. Is, or, okay, I'm still figuring out that part out. I was on patrol, so I came by for a look-see. You're gonna need a hunting base, and this is where we left the tent and the bouquet set, so... But the quake really did it in this place. We need to fix it up before we can hunt from here. I'll head back to the village and get the ball rolling, but first, you got anything I could munch on? I'm so hungry I could eat an apinoth. An aptonoth, I think that's how you're actually supposed to say it. Got any raw meat? 'Cause I can barbecue like a champ. Me plus barbecue equals BFF. Jeez, it actually uses the word biff, or BFF in this one. Ugh, so hungry. Wait, you have meat? Raw meat! Can I have it, please? Please, thank you! Something about animal flesh gets my tummy all a-rumbly. Time to barbecue and chow down. You're all right, Hunter. We'll talk more about back at the base camp at the village. I'll think of some way to thank you. Scout's honor. See you there. Alrighty. So he took one of my raw meat, and it's pretty much up to me to make my way back to base camp. Actually, this is something interesting to note. Did they actually block this off? Because I will laugh if they did. Yeah, well, there it is. They actually blocked off that area. That's pretty funny. So you can't even jump in the water right now, and even just if you somehow got in there, they blocked off that too, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool, but we'll save all the extras. Alright, yes, I managed to deliver it. Head back to the village, I gotcha. Probably kill a couple more just because I feel like it. Let's do a jump slash. Got some combo going here. I'll let the other ones live because I'm an asshole like that. Or he could actually try and attack me, which is interesting. Ow! Alright, these guys, they're getting pretty ballsy. Are they actually? Yeah, they are. That's actually really funny. They're getting pretty ballsy. Ow! Stop it! Alright, now everything's dead. So my raw meat's at maximum now, so I'm really not going to get anything unless it gives me some bones. I think these guys can give you bones, but I'm not too sure. They mostly are for raw meat. Maybe I got one and I just didn't notice. No. So we're maxed out, and it is time to do that thing that I do. Hey, Bana. What's going on? It's kind of cool that I've made Virginia, though. I kind of feel like all my characters should be named after after characters from my favorite RPG. I mean, hey, I named myself after my 2 favorite characters of all time in RPGs. So, why not? Yes, I know how to press A to go back to the village. That one was pretty bad. But nevertheless, the first thing that I'm going to do, and this is something that you should always remember to do, after getting back from a hunt, always store your shit. Because storing your shit is probably the best way of keeping the fact that you can actually get stuff ready to go. And just because I'm an anal attentive freak, I'm going to sort everything, and now we're ready to go. And I think that will be that. So in the next part, we will talk to Junior, and we will finish up all the village, like, sort of main quests, or the tutorial quests, and get on to, to at least actually getting to the guild quests, which are the real meat of this game. So take care, guys, stay frosty, and I will see you guys next time. Happy hunting!